video is under fair use. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticisms, comments, news reportings, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. CCN-TV, bringing you captivating news since 2019.
Hey. Welcome to another episode of Politics and Wellness. I'm your host, the captivating Christian, otherwise known as Cap, of course. And of course, today is Tuesday. And what do we do every Tuesday? And while he is here and still kicking, let me please introduce my co-host to you all for this evening. None other than the man himself, Brother Nate. Hey, what's going on, sir?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm
you
good.
will have to.
How are
you will have to read the chat tonight.
Yeah. I know.
I was like, oops, I touched some shit. My hands are right here. I ain't touching shit
I'm
tonight.
double and triple dutying today. It's perfectly fine. Welcome to everybody. Always great to have you here. Of course, your waiter and waitress will be around with your drink of choice while you are here at Cap Hill. All right. So much. Like, where do we start?
First, we take a deep breath.
Yes, because there's so much.
It's always something.
I'm wearing my Black Panther shirt today because
I was looking at that.
I can't. I think we need
to
go
radical.
Back.
You feel radical.
I think we need to go back. I really do. So much. I just feel so. But it's okay. I'll digress. But anyway,
You'll be all right. USA.
Yeah, right. Just trying to keep it together. First of all, let us talk about. Excuse me. Some updated stories real quick and get this out of the way. It's the first story that I have here. Judge dismisses most claims in the federal lawsuit filed by the Texas Black teenager student about the hairstyle thing. Remember, there was this whole big uproar about the hairstyles and wearing locks and all those things in this Texas school. Actually suspended this young man where he missed his whole 11th year of school, other than going to like an alternative school for some lessons. But they really suspended him for his entire junior year because of his hair. So this federal judge, because of course the family was not playing, they hired a lawyer and they took it to federal court. However, we are still talking about Texas, ladies and gentlemen. Governor Hot Wheels. So please don't let it fool you. This judge definitely threw out majority of what the family was seeking in regards to everything from defamation to his civil rights to wear his hair the way he chooses to wear his hair. The judge, of course, had a lot to say about that, basically pertaining to school policy. And the school was basically saying that it is their right to ensure that all of the students are neat, well kept, groomed, and things of that nature. When we went to high school with a lot of these grungy white kids, and they're not groomed, they're not well kept.
With lice. I don't know if
no, I
you ever had
haven't,
to
but
go
I
through.
know no, I haven't, but I know of yeah, lice and everything. So yeah, I'm not you can check it out for yourself. I'm definitely not feeling it. This was, of course, in the school district near Houston. It's Barber's High School District. It's where this young man attended school. What's your thoughts on this thus far? I know there was something else I was looking for.
Number one, if I were the parents, if this was my child, I would not have let him lose or be left behind fighting this battle. This is one of those things where you need to pick and choose what's more important. And he need to hurry up, grow up, and get the fuck out of my house for one day. But he would have went to another. I would have sent him to another school, but we would have battled.
Yeah.
I would not every day he would have to go and sit in detention because that's stress and strain on him.
Right.
Now, this is one of those things where they give you the set of rules, and he technically complied to all the rules. It couldn't be on his shoulders. It couldn't be below his eyebrow because he wore it and such. But again, they changed the rules as it comes along,
as they do all the time.
Yeah, and this is by white European standards
of hair. Yes.
Okay, we're not white.
We ain't never been.
And it ain't gonna happen. I don't care how much you sleep with a Kardashian. She ain't even white. So close to proximity. But I thought in that case, if I was a parent, because I don't ever remember seeing the father. You just saw the mother. But he would have gone to another school, and he would have had his 11th grade year.
Right.
Hopefully, with not a whole lot of stress, but we would still take it to court. But then remember too, you have a whole bunch of old white men that were there before Trump even appointed.
Right. Exactly. That's where I was going. So I had to pull up my notes because I couldn't find them for a second. He dismissed a lot of the claims, basically alleging, of course, the family was alleging racial discrimination, gender discrimination, and other things like that. The judge, of course, threw those out. He said there wasn't sufficient enough evidence to prove that. How so? But okay. Yeah, I just I would have just left. I would have just left. I mean, I understand the fight to stand and stay, and like, you're not gonna move me and make me move, but this is really not. It's really not worth it.
You can't fight. You can't fight every war.
Right.
You'll be depleted. Right. The best thing they could have done was brought it to light, put it out there, and you know that we have such a short attention span anyway, and just go from there. But I would, like I said, I would still have continued to fight it in the courts. I just wouldn't let my kids sit there, or like I said, just going through that. It's hard enough being a teenager. Period. Here.
Right. Yeah. And then to be a teenager in the limelight, or with this, kind of hanging over you. Yeah, I don't know, but I wish, of course, him and the family all the best luck. Any new developments regarding this story, I will, of course, let you all know. But since we're on the vein of discrimination, I know I have it in a certain order, but since we were just talking about discrimination, we'll just run into this one. So after years of discrimination against Blacks and other minority farmers, the USDA is now going to pay upwards in the amount of $2 billion to the National Black Farmers Association. Of course, the leader of the Black Farmers Association said it's still not enough. It's a start.
It wasn't enough. It's not what they were asking for.
No, not at all. But of course, they wanted to still appease their white counterparts, even though they know they were wrong for not allowing the Black farmers to receive aid during all of the I don't want to say welfare, because it makes them feel away when you actually let them know, hey, you were collecting government welfare subsidies. They didn't receive any subsidies like their white farmer counterparts during the 19 and slightly before. So a lot of farmers have, closed up shop. So this really
farming is expensive.
Right.
There's no fucking way. The equipment that they have to have, if they had whoever said that farming was, like the way to go. Oh my God. The equipment alone, especially the newer stuff that they have, that you're looking at, massive, and everything is basically run by computer now.
Right.
The companies that they purchase their seeds from for their crop, they have a patent on the seeds. They have, it's so much intertwined. But a whole lot of them have closed shop, and we are in a steady decline of losing Black farmland.
Right.
Nowhere near what they used to have.
Right. And just to run some numbers real quick, 23,000 farmers were approved for payments ranging from $10,000 to $500,000, according to the USDA. Another 20,000 who plan to start farming but had not received the USDA loan received between $3,500 to $6,000. Compared to their white counterparts, who was getting millions upon millions of dollars to keep their farms going. That's like a slap in the face.
What is that show that used to come on? The family was growing sugar cane.
Queen Sugar.
It reminds me of that.
Mm-hmm.
They're always in the rear. It's always like you're a year behind. You're always owing because you're hoping that the next crop does well enough.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what the system was designed to do, just in case we did happen to catch up. It's like it's always that. Let's see. But basically, the article goes on to talk about some farmers who really just spoke about what we just said, that a lot of them were already on the brink of closing, just barely holding on, and that unfortunately the money won't really do much of a difference right now.
It's too little because it wasn't the original amount, and it's really too late. Now I would have liked to seen some of our so-called celebrities
Mhm.
do some type
Yeah,
of
Ice Cube.
black farm aid,
Right,
that type of thing,
right.
to at
Just
least subsidize until things
mhm,
happen, if it happened at all.
yeah. And just to run those numbers of what they were like truly asking for back in 2021, um, it was like $1.9 trillion. That was the whole stimulus package that was received by white farmers, and they were just asking for some of that.
Hmm.
And yeah, no, I think they were asking for like 5 billion of that amount. Nope, I don't know.
What they should have done, like they did over in France, drove their tractors with a whole bunch of manure on it and dumped it up on Capitol Hill.
Right, right.
It's shitty
True,
anyway, so what else? I guess it might
truly
not have made too much difference.
a true mess. All right, and speaking of a shitty mess, did you know that your right to vote is possibly could be younger or slightly older than you, depending on where you fall? Your voting rights just turned, wait for it, because I know some of y'all think, oh, we've been had voting rights for a long time. Absolutely not. 59 years old. 59 years old. That's it. That all the states. There was no red tape. You didn't have to count no jelly beans in a jar. Your grandpappy wasn't, you none of that. Only 59 years old is the voting right that. So when people talk about, I'm gonna sit this one out, you don't have that luxury. You ain't been voting that long. And he's talking about some, if you don't, you don't have to, if you vote for me now, you don't have to worry about it in the next 4 years. I mean, and again, I'm not, you could hear the man himself and really decipher who you're going to vote for. Just make the most decision that's best for you and your family, your situation or whatever. But I still believe you should vote. Ice Cube up there talking the same shit. I just seen the thing him today talking about something. Hey, let me be clear. We don't have to vote. What's the alternative? And I get everybody talking about some, don't vote, don't waste your vote. What's the alternative? You got one? It's like dumb as hell. Like, there is no alternative. Yes, both candidates ain't great, but one is far more better than the other. I'm just saying.
Hmm.
And after that whole X interview with Elon Musty Balls, absolutely not. Absolutely not. First of all, sorry, Reed, I love you, but over there sounding like succotash and I was like, what did he? Is his teeth not in his? Like, what the hell's going on? Slurring and slewing and I was like, yo, what the hell? Like, seriously? It's really like the Wizard of Oz. Like like truly, it's like, it's one person and then you go behind the door and bam, this whole he's probably bald, one leg, no teeth, just looking crazy. But just listening to the slurs in his words and all that stuff, and it's just like, and it's the same man. We were sitting up here talking about Biden's old. Yes, Biden's old. Yeah, Biden tripping up and down steps. Yes, all that's true. But this motherfucker is just as old. I don't know where y'all get this from. Like he's some young whippersnapper. He is an old fat man. It's crazy to me. Crazy. But go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to go on a thing here.
No, it's just that puts a perspective on it when you can put a timeline,
Yeah,
how long it actually has been. And this is why they
yeah,
don't want history, Black
right.
history,
Exactly.
because it's like out of sight, out of mind. You never think about it.
Right. Like the Voting Rights Act that Johnson signed, which clearly gave nationwide voting rights to all Black people. It was only 1965.
I'm older than that.
This is what
That
I'm
says a lot.
saying.
That says a
Right.
lot.
This is what I'm saying. People act like this stuff has been around forever. Like we've always had
And
these
it's
rights
not.
and privileges, and that's why I feel like a
You know
lot of
what? And
people.
that's what a lot of people think, because they
Yeah.
say we Americans, but we're not we.
No.
We all over here and all over there. We're
Yeah.
not we Americans.
We're not. And then you can sit here and talk about some. Oh, I'm not voting, but we shouldn't vote until they give us what we want. How do you expect to get anything without participating in the system?
Right.
Truly.
How are you going to get the person in that may possibly listen to your thoughts when the other one gets in, and you know for a fact he
No,
gives
because
zero
everybody
shit.
want to sit here like Oliver Twist and be sitting here with your hands out talking about, can I have some more? Can I, like, I mean, what the fuck are we doing?
You cup your hands like that, you gonna get some nuts.
And that's not what I want. But I mean, it's ridiculous how we don't, like we have not progressed in the thought pattern. Like I get it. Both candidates are not great. We can talk like that till we blue in the face. But how about we just look at overall policy? Like I say all the time, as a woman, there's no goddamn way. No way. I don't care if, and forgive me, Lord, but I don't care if Jesus came down on the cross himself and was like, you should vote for Trump. Not doing it. Not doing it. Not doing it. You can go back up there, Jesus, because I'm not doing it.
No, he came down on a golden stair, the golden escalator.
Take your ass back upstairs because you not doing it. It's just I don't see it. I really don't. And then this whole thing of like defaming her the way they do, defaming Harris the way they do, it's crazy to me because they don't do it. Even our own people, we don't do it when they're white. Nobody sits around and nobody called Hillary no bitch and that she wasn't white. We weren't checking if she was white, if she was German, if she was a Swiss Army knife. We weren't checking for none of that. You didn't like her, period. But it's like always when it's us, because they were doing it with Obama too. Oh, he's not black. He's not one of us. Like, what's the criteria here? Because for them, it was one measly drop. If you even just, if they thought you had some black in you, you were black. Even if you thought you could pass, if they seen you hanging around at the cookout, you were black. Like, I'm confused. We have all these like kind of parameters and levels to being black. Like, I don't know. Go ahead.
There's nothing else to say. I mean, I just don't understand their thought. When you're when they have their, oh my God, I don't even know how to put it in words. Just stop listening to these fucking celebrities. Use all the tools in your arsenal.
But this is the thing. First of all, I feel a way when celebrities say, because first of all, you have far more resources and reach to really do your research, right? Before you go running off at the mouth. That's one. I mean, I get it. Your movie's been lacking. Your music may have been lacking. You may have some criminal things. So you got to do what you got to do to hopefully get the right person in to get you by. Whatever. But people, it's out here. It really is just a click to go, I wonder how many black people she did lock up. factcheck.com.
Yeah.
First of all, prosecutors really don't necessarily lock people up.
No.
That's a whole process. But like, no, the thousands of people, no. Far
And make sure you
less.
check multiple sources and do not
Right.
check the same sources. Do not check.
Newsmax.
Do not check or the shade room. Okay.
Right.
Be adult about it. I'm serious. Be adult about it. Don't
All I'm saying is it's very important at this point. It's very important. Like it's like life or death here. Because if you think this is gonna be, we could just hold our breath for 4 more years. No.
Oh no. They're gonna hold you under. You're gonna be gasping for air after they let you up, because they may not let you up. Understand that. They may not let you up. There will be enough damage done. You won't have to worry about it anymore. Right. You won't be able to dig your ass out of it.
He done already told you. And there's one thing that we already know from this mofo. If he say it, he gonna do it. Or if he don't,
because they all think like that. Yeah. They all think like that. It's not just him. He's the mouthpiece. He'll come out and say it because he gives zero shits.
Right.
But they all think like that.
Right.
And you have to remember that they all think that way.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he's able to get away with all this shit, and it just blows my fucking mind.
Absolutely crazy.
That's why I cried a tear when that bullet just hit his ear. They even rhymed. They had a little tear just running down my face.
Which I think he did that himself. I think he did it himself. Just to get
that boy killed.
He is a TV personality. It is all about ratings. What other better way that you would get ratings and be talked about for the next umpteen weeks, and then had the Republican convention? If we get somebody to kind of shoot at us, get some sympathy, and people would just vote, and it would be a landslide. We wouldn't even need to do this no more.
You know what? Being wealthy and white in America is about the closest thing to being God that you could ever possibly think of.
Especially if you've been wealthy your whole life.
You could. And you've seen it because they've killed people, made people disappear. They've changed governments.
Epstein.
And they pretty much wield their power. And that's the closest thing to being an omnipotent power.
Yeah, they know it. He knows it. But one thing that they can't kind of shut down is the hope of people. Like when you really get your shit together and you really like focus on one thing, like even in Obama's situation, in that moment where, because if those of you that remember, Hillary was supposed to, she was the one that was supposed to win. She was the one leading in the polls. All this stuff, everything was just like, oh well, Hillary's gonna win. No, you might as well just sit this one out. Then all of a sudden, it was like, have you checked this guy out? I've already seen the guy. I don't know what y'all waiting on. But yeah, I have. Then people started, Oprah started talking about him, plugging the book. People started really getting a swelling of him going back to the convention where he did the speech. And it just snowballed. And then people really realized, we could really do this. We could really granted, Whitey's used it as a joke. The late, ungreat Harry Reid, said, hey, you should run. I think that'd be great. It'd be a good key for the people. But he took that Trump energy, the same thing, like, don't laugh at me. It's not going to be funny. And reversed it and said, you know what? Let's do it. Let me have the audacity to actually hope and do something. But here we are again. And thank you, Black women, for stepping up and saving our asses again. Because some of these mofos, I don't know what they drinking, smoking, or anything, because I again, we could talk policy back and forth all day. But right now, this ain't even about policy. This is about, do you want to live the life the way you've been living it right now?
Oh yeah, it will be over.
Or you'd rather be dressed in a uniform, walking through the street, saying "Blessed be"? that's where it's going. They give you movies and shows to spoon feed you to the reality of things, to what they want. And you've gotten so used to the show that you think, oh, it's not bad. It's not half bad. Yeah, that's because it ain't you yet.
Mm-hmm.
You looking at it like it's a TV show. When TV becomes reality, then it's, oh shit, we done fucked up now, but then it's too late. It's too late. Because none of us on here have the money to excuse ourselves from what's coming. Let's be very clear.
I hope you get a one-way ticket on Spirit.
Definitely not Spirit or Frontier. you ain't getting off the ground.
You better.
You ain't getting off the ground. You better make it down.
And to borrow some of those Cubans for floaty rafts. Make your way to an island.
You better hope they let you in. They'll probably be like, nope, doors closed.
They're gonna send you back or lock you up.
In all seriousness, like John Lewis Act to advance voting rights for people, it's still on the table. And of course, we'll get to the question I asked in the community wall. If not, go to my community wall, check out the question, think about it, or write it in the chat, because I will be reading it because it has to do with this. But the Voting Rights Act, the John Lewis Voting Rights Act that they have sitting on the table in the Senate and Congress, that's been tabled forever, has not been passed. Like, none of this stuff is guaranteed. None of this stuff is ironclad. This is just like, oh, let me put this Post-it note right here. We could lose that.
Yeah. And then you need to hope that some other people come along and pick it up to continue to carry it. Because as you see, a lot of these folk, they're not spring chickens.
They don't.
And they drop it. And it's like, so and so still, advocating for a certain a certain thing. And they're like the second or third person that has been championing it, and you don't think of it like that,
right? Like even with
because
the reparations.
Who's to say in the next group nobody picks it up? Then it becomes forgotten.
That's it.
And they want you to forget. That's the whole thing. But then you have this here that constantly reminds you.
Yeah, I'm about to join you.
Go to Canada, girl.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think all these places are pretty much the same. You had to learn French.
A little bit. I mean, I know a little bit, but not enough to be in like what is that? There's one, not Quebec. There's another town where they only speak French.
Oh, they speak French. Mm-hmm.
I'll be like, But yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Welcome everybody. Welcome. Yeah, usually Brother Nate does this, so yeah, you got to bear with me because I'm doing two things at once. Let's see. Hey, Patty Duke, how you doing? Hey, Riri Carter, nice to see you. You know me. Going on. Let's see. What was your question? I don't know. I don't know why we think we the gatekeepers of being black. I really don't know. I have no idea. But yeah, just make sure you vote. Please vote. That's
if not for yourself, for your grandkids and your great grandkids.
Yeah.
Because they will definitely be born into a new system.
And they will inherit any bullshit you leave behind.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Don't leave it too don't leave it too shitty.
now, speaking of the bullshit, there's a two-part because there's two stories here, but they all wrap into one. Moussa, because this is what's got my blood boiling. Not even a little bit, but a lot of it. So, Representative Cori Bush, who happened to be one of the new freshmen, but in that whole power group of AOC and Umar and what's the lady from Boston? The lady with the bald head. She's from Boston.
Yeah, I can't remember her name, but that and whatever her name, Tlaib and
the
squad.
The squad. Right. She was a member of the squad. She lost her primary Democratic run for her seat in Congress, not by a Republican Donald Trump kind of replacement or anything like that, but because she was basically asking questions about Israel's treatment to Palestine. And so this pro-Israel super PAC got her removed. And they're on a mission to remove Democrats, congressional Democrats, from their seats if they are pro or even question Israel's actions towards Palestine. Like, what are we doing? I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. It is. It makes no sense.
No, but the thing that doesn't make it shows you they've always been there and they have always influenced because they don't want anyone to oppose them. They want to keep people in office that not necessarily think the way that they do, but if given enough money, they won't question anything. So what do you do it now instead of going at the top?
They're pushing for Trump. The prime minister Netanyahu wants Trump in office.
Mm-hmm. But they're doing this on more of a local level.
Yeah.
See, that's what you can have your influence at the top. There's very little you can do,
right. Of course.
To do it, but to have it at your local level. But understand, this has always been there. See, and everybody is so comfortable coming out of the closet. But they are everybody. Everybody's comfortable in doing this. So now you know for a fact that Israel has been influencing so much. This is not the first, and it's not the last.
No,
but I just want to know what else they've had their hands in, because it's always been a symbiotic relationship with them, because they act as a base for the United States.
Right. Yeah.
They do in the Middle East. That's why they're the most strongest military wise,
right,
and weaponry. You have to have your influence, especially every time you turn around. Between Afghanistan, Iran, and everything else in that region. That's why the United States keeps pumping billions and billions and billions of dollars into it. And it is not necessarily the Jewish people,
right?
But it is the government,
right?
And here you have Netanyahu. He's what, your modern day Hitler?
Close. That would be Vladimir.
Oh, okay.
Like,
oh yeah, that's right, because he gets people free trips off of buildings.
He'd be like Mussolini or somebody else.
Something like, oh, okay, yeah.
Hey, Babs. Hey, my 2 cents. What's going on? Yeah. So I don't know. You can't make this up. I mean, they pumped $8 million.
Oh, it was more than that.
Yeah.
And she's not the first.
No.
Who did they give the name? What is the other? I can't remember his name, but he was first. And he just lost his seat.
Where did it go? I just saw it earlier.
Yeah, but she was not the first.
No, she wasn't the first.
Out.
But they're making an admission to where in which if you talk against, not even talk against Israel, but you just ask the question, because the question needs to be asked. Like,
right.
You came into this plan.
So yeah, because as you see, it is now escalating. They're sending over another warship. Actually, 2.
The black guy from New York. Oh yeah.
Yeah. That was running. Yes, like I said, I can't remember his name, but we do know who he is.
Yeah, because he was definitely getting up in people's faces. He ain't played no games.
But you have to understand, just something as simple as sending over more military.
Yeah.
They're going to end up dragging us into something else, another conflict.
Yeah.
Which means that if you have kids in the service, your spouses are in the service, they're going to be right back over in the Middle East again.
Yep.
And you hear what they want. You hear what they want to do as far as the military draft. They want to bring that back.
Yes.
Now I don't know how many black people going. I don't see nobody going nowhere.
Ain't nobody going.
They really can't. I mean, physically, what are they going to do? Drag you? I think they would have such an uproar. You think I joke when I say this motherfucker can burn from sea to shining sea?
No, I know you're not joking, but I'm just saying I don't think the way a lot of people think, I don't even think they talk it, but they're not willing to walk that walk. Like, no. Because you can, even in their thought pattern, when you talk to them about Trump versus that one, it's like it's all this glorification to somebody. Like, what has he done? Like, what literally has he done that you can tell me right off the bat? And it's nothing. It's crickets. But you can talk about all this that you hate about this woman that looks like somebody in your damn family, but it's just like, I'm not voting for her just because she's black. Why the fuck not? I mean, in some instances, why the fuck not? They vote for their candidates because they look like them.
But they idolize him. They idolize everything that they want
to be. Yeah,
to be.
I think that
they want to go around grabbing women. They want to they want to get you can get drunk, you can get high all day long. You making money. Everything is making money. You know, this is all the stuff. But yet you live in the hood. You know, that's not what you see. I mean, it's nice to have dreams, but let's be realistic. It's not the same dream for everybody.
I don't know.
And they just glamorize everything. Anytime they can put it in the videos.
Right.
You know, right on their level.
Oh yeah.
And in the song.
Bowman. Thank you.
Yeah. Right.
But yeah, he's definitely
but they idolize him. But then too, they have very few people that fact check them in real time. Because if you're just talking in the echo chamber of all of your other homies, you ever listen to a conversation?
Yeah, in the barbershop all the time.
It ain't even in the barbershop. These motherfuckers everywhere. Oh my God. And it's like, and that's another thing where it's like you have to pick and choose your battle.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, you really do, because they will fucking make you brain dead. I'd have cancer. Okay. It's one of those things.
Like, do you?
It's like, where are you at? Are you serious? That's right.
Research. Like, where are you really looking this stuff up? Like, I mean, they just spit stuff out. Like,
Just everything. It's just everything. This is what happens when you don't make your boys go to school, and your girls, because your girls are a lot of your young ladies are right behind them now.
Mm-hmm.
Because I listen to the shit at work, and man, it will blow your fucking mind.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, "Are you for real?" And they're like, "Mr. Nate, that's not what." No, baby, no, no, no.
Don't do
I
it.
said, give me 15 minutes. Let me get my thoughts together. Because it's one of those things you just really have to, first you have to not be shocked.
Right.
You have to come down off of being shocked. And it's like, you still at home, right? You and your parents, y'all have conversations.
Right.
I mean, oof. Oh man, it's fucking scary. It's fucking scary. And then you have a couple of that are just a ray of light. It's like, oh my God, you get it, you understand.
Right.
Great. You have
understand.
questions. There is hope. You understand. Thank God. I thought I was all alone. I thought I was like as I say, I thought I was old.
Oh.
It's like, why do you listen? Why do you want to listen to talk radio? I said, because you need to know what's going on, because it will affect you in the long run.
Yeah, I think people don't think about long days. Like, I won't be here. You don't know that.
Oh yeah, you'll be here. You'll be hooked up, but you'll be
you don't know if you'll be here or not. You making the thing like, oh well, I won't be here. I won't have to worry about it. You never know. You might be
your children. See, I'm at the point now. I'm thinking about my grandchildren and my great grands.
Right, but a lot of people are selfish. They don't care nothing about that. They just, I got it how I got it. You work it how you work it. Coldest winter ever mentality. That's what I think about. And in some international news, color me not surprised at all by this, but medicine in Africa may have been subpar, fake, or even worse. Researchers have discovered. Dun dun dun. Mm-hmm. Anybody surprised? I'm not. So, according to major researchers projects, they raised the alarm over problems that could have been contributed to countless deaths of many patients. Researchers in Ethiopia analyzed about 27 studies in review and found that 7,508 medicine samples, including 1,639, failed at least one qualifying test, which would confirm whether the substance, is viable enough. So I mean, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
No, well, anything to make money.
Mm-hmm. Of course. And I mean, I'm sure they were testing other drugs or cheaper version of drugs on these people to see what would possibly work and sell large market. The World Health.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I remember. Go ahead.
You sure? Okay. The World Health Organization spokesperson says that antibiotics and anti-maternal products, were the most false medicines in Africa. Substandard antibiotics can contain incorrect dosage, wrong ingredients, lead to ineffective treatments of survival-resistant strands. Just crazy. I didn't even know any about, I read certain stuff, but I'm not surprised, but I didn't know nothing about. I learned about this as I was reading it. That's crazy. That is crazy.
Yeah, and the one thing that is scary and everybody should be afraid is the fact that they've testing these drugs that they could possibly develop a strain of some virus.
Yep.
By mistake, because you're being cheap, and then and instead of treating these people,
Right.
you're testing on them. And now you have something that is out in the wild, out and about. They'll come back 10 years later and say this is a new strain, which could have been eradicated
Right. Had you
if you
really
have given
taken
them the
time.
correct. Hmm.
Yeah.
But then too, you get test subjects for free.
Right.
You make money, okay, and if you can reduce the population of a particular group, we won't say who. You know,
Bonus. Right.
we can get all of their materials.
Mm-hmm. Right.
All boils down to the same thing. Always right back to the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always.
Mhm.
That
Oh,
last
you
article,
fuckers.
that last article I couldn't get because they wanted me to sign up for the
Was
Dallas
that the?
Chronicle.
Oh, you
Whatever
can read that.
it was.
The one about the
I probably used too many of my freebies.
Oh, okay. I see what you said. Um, the one about the on the voters list. Is that the one?
Yeah.
Did you see that? Okay.
Yeah, I didn't read it. But one thing I do know that they were talking about, and they've been talking about it all week, that I definitely want to mention, the state of electors. These electors that even Darnell tried to get to overthrow, they are now in the same swing states that he was trying to get the votes from the first time. Meaning, like in Georgia, he has electors there that have already, during earlier races, didn't certify the county's votes. Now, if you don't certify the county votes, they don't get counted. You can delay it, cause a situation like Gore and Bush, where you had to, like, Supreme Court had to then step in and wind up giving George W. Bush the presidency because he didn't win it.
No.
And that could be a situation that we are headed into in this coming election. So
Right. That's why you can't get comfortable.
No.
That's why you have to have you have to have the turnout. You have to show the numbers.
Right. It's not enough to just think, oh well, it ain't gonna matter if I don't, because the county's gonna carry it anyway. No, they've already setting this up. Okay.
Yeah, they're gonna take it to court.
She has about 20 to 30 field offices in a lot of these states. Guess how many he has? 1, 2. Just got one. That's because they already know they're setting this up. Why would he need to have field offices in a lot of these states if you already know that he has what he needs in the state to really make it count? I don't need to put an office in the state if I have the election board to turn the whole shit around. So
right.
It's
and remember, you've already been primed,
right?
Because when they're telling you, oh, this election is going to be rigged,
right?
It's like, bitch, you won.
He been
you rigged it, you won. And he never stopped saying it.
Right.
Even you won, motherfucker, and you still hollering about it's rigged. That's because you the one doing the rigging.
No, but how is it rigged if everybody else on your ticket won but you? Everybody else on your ticket won but you, but it was rigged. Oh, what, they missed you? Oh, okay. No, they didn't want you. That's what it was. They didn't want you, Darnell. But here you are again. But yeah, that's all I had, unless you had something else. But that is all I had for this.
The voting suspension. That was the only one.
Yeah, I can't pull it up.
See, they can't pull that up. Yeah. And I'm afraid I touch anything, it's gonna go black.
I think it's something about 2.1 million
Yes.
I do not. I
Just
pay
just make sure you check your status. Just
Yeah.
keep
Yeah,
tabs of your
definitely.
status.
I had to check mine too because I recently moved, so I did make sure I checked my registration and your address and all that kind of stuff because they'll stop at nothing to ensure that you don't vote. So if your address is different, make sure you check your address and make sure that it's the same on your voter registration card or what have you, your driver's license, all that because they're really trying to because they already know turnout is going to be high, so they're trying
Oh
to
yeah.
make sure they turn around as many people as they can. It's a mission on both ends. If it's your mission
And
to
if
get
you
to the polls, it's their mission to turn you away.
Mhm. And if you can do mail-in voting, or you
Right?
know somebody who can't get out,
Yeah.
go ahead and set that up for them.
Right. Right. You
Don't
can
have grandma
actually.
standing out there because they ain't gonna give grandma no water out here in this heat.
Right. Right.
Have her sitting out there with an
There,
umbrella.
there are some places in some states actually you can even do it online. I don't know. I'm a little
I
skeptical.
don't even want to
I would
mail that
trust
shit
it.
in.
Yeah,
Mail it in.
I
Don't
wouldn't
do
trust
that.
it. But if you you
Don't
feel
do
brave
that,
enough
cuz
to do that, because
you
Russia is
you
on it.
you be getting phone calls, girl.
Right?
Everybody always trying to sell you something. Don't you
Right.
do that on don't do it online. I'm telling
Don't
you,
do it. Vladimir
it
will
ain't
be on
safe. It ain't safe. There's pornography online. It ain't safe.
that. Vladimir will be on that ass. So
Oh hell
don't do
yeah.
it.
He be
Don't
smiling.
do it. But yeah,
Mm.
that is my message. Just overall, just make sure you vote. Please do your research. It's out here for you on the free 99 to just take a minute, go over the policies. She will probably be naming her platform this coming week with the Democratic DNC convention in the city of Chicago. Woo, woo.
Yeah.
And I'm sure some old saltines and some will start shooting up some stuff and just making it very much a situation where there's been 10-20 shootings during the whole time during the convention. Who'd have thunk? Really? Surprise, surprise. But I really hope everything goes well and that there's no
Yeah.
violence, but you
But
already know.
this is America.
Yeah. Well, right.
What do you think about her choice for VP?
I didn't know too much about him at first. I mean, I knew it
Yeah.
was the governor, but I mean, if you're not a governor, my state or surrounding states that I was like, okay, you
Yeah,
just
you don't pay
like
any
governor.
attention to.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, I mean, again, same as I thought about Biden with Obama. It's like you're there to calm the nerves
Or the white folk.
of the white folks who wouldn't just vote for you,
No.
but they'll vote for you if at least they know there's a white man somewhere near you that can step in at any moment to be like, I got this.
An
Then
old straight white man.
yeah,
Straight white man.
yeah.
Because you couldn't have
Well,
Pete Buttigieg.
I was talking to my friend about that, and we agreed. Like Buttigieg would be awesome, but
Yeah,
no,
he'd be great. Yeah.
no,
No,
no.
he's hold too many testicles in his life, and they would not let him
They
forget it.
not. First of all, they not ready. Nor will they ever be ready for something like that. They would pull their hair out. They'd jump off a bridge.
It would have had to have been in his case very quiet and undercover. He would have to literally go back in the closet because he wouldn't be able to come.
He would literally have to be like how she kind of got in through through a channel him being probably the speaker of the house and then ushered in that way. It would have to be through a back channel that you ain't got no choice. Here he is. Da-da-da, but anywhere where there be opposition completely with you, they wouldn't have that. They don't care how they don't care how white he is. Mm-mm.
And what do you think about Tim Scott burying that woman?
I thought the act
I
was
saw,
over.
I
I thought the act was over. I'm like, what do you keep? What we
Tim
still
Scott married
waiting
that woman.
on?
He married that white woman. He married that woman.
First of all, you gonna torture that son or daughter of yours with all them gums? Why
No,
would
I
you
just had one.
do that?
You think she got a dick? I know she got a dick. She got a dick.
I mean, she
The
may,
shit they can do now, and white people, and
she may have a large clitoris area.
no, ain't yeah. It's called a dick. She got one. I know she do. Ain't no way in the world. they met it. They met at a Christian. Was a Christian convention or something. No, she tucked very
Conversion
well.
camp.
Yeah, she
Cat dog.
converting.
Exactly.
She converting him.
It's a cat dog.
She converting him. All right. All up in his guts.
He might like it in his gut and his butt.
All you can see is his gum.
Gums and little baby teeth. Like
Uh,
somebody else we know. Baby teeth. Baby shark.
But when I heard that he got, it's like all this time, yeah, he never thought about getting married until you decide you want to run.
I mean, hey, better
thing.
things have happened. You got Lady G over there talking shit in Ukraine about Vladimir Putin. It's like, bitch, wasn't you just praising Vladimir Putin when Donald Trump was in office? Also, now that you kind of see the tea leaves that he may not win, you over there.
Oh no, but you know what? He better hope
shit.
Vladimir don't pull that shit out on it.
I know.
Yeah, we got your ass.
Right. we may not be able to get Crimea, but we got your ass, man. He over there.
Hell yeah, we got pictures of your insides.
He over there talking bad stuff about stuff. Yeah.
Who that sitting in that sling all hung up? Why is that man's elbow always? How you get that far up in there?
What do they call that? Just crazy. Poor thing. God darn. But yeah.
I would be glad to see him drop dead. I can honestly say that.
Who
he has been Lady G.
He has been a two-faced turncoat.
If he's not a Dr. Zachary Smith all the way around.
I have no idea. I didn't even think those people actually existed. Like,
yes, they do.
You will never get that close to power to do all that kiss. Like, like you would never get that close. So all the little kissing you do and the snobbing you do you will never get that close because everybody knows your tea. Like you're not getting
all the time. Because when that bastard got on TV and was crying, I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
Like, get the hell out of here! What are you crying for with your dumb ass? Like just crazy. That's all. There you go. Lady G doing what he does best. But anyway,
I don't know. He may have some other skills.
You know what? I ain't even trying to find that out.
You should say that for the nightcap.
Yeah. I don't even want to know what that.
That'd be nasty.
Yeah. All right. So here we go. Let's talk about some YouTube stuff. And who said that?
Who said that?
Let's go. The button.
Who said that? Who said that? Who said that? Who is saying that? Who said that? Who said that?
Yeah, who's been saying that and who's been doing that?
I don't know what people have been doing. They've been doing a lot. So,
well, it is summer. It is summer.
Geez, Louise. What's the little bit I can gather? Okay, let's start from earlier today. So Yaya and Lady Nika, I don't know, not breaking up. I don't know what's going on. It just seems like personally a money grab kind of situation. It just seems like a little jealousy, you know. Well, because of course Yaya used to be like the wingman to Lady Nika, and then people. Well, I mean, of course she probably wanted to do her own channel herself, but people encouraged her to do her own channel or whatever. She did, and people supported. Of course, when that happens, people start that jealousy, green-eyed demons start coming around, and they start feeling the way because you're not supporting them like you supporting them, but they're new. So you already know when you were new, people ran and supported you. Then once you got cemented, it fluctuated, it fell off or what have you. So that's just how it works. But no, people just can't be grown and just celebrate people for winning. You always got to try and tear somebody down. Now, do I care that much about the whole damn situation? No, not at all. But it does show the characteristics of a lot of people out here. It's like, well, are you that hard up? Is it that tough for you? You always go through ups and downs here. It's never, you're never on top all the time. Sometimes you got to play the bottom.
I was waiting for you to say that.
Sometimes you got to play the bottom. And all the crying and the adding on the extra, I'm sick. I can't do it like Ness does it. Ness does the accent and the whole so great. I can't do it. But all that, I just think it's unnecessary. I really does. I don't think it brings, any more cash your way, any more sympathy your way. It's like you're an older woman. Yes, you may be stricken with, ailments. Okay, a lot of people are. But you're not downtrodden. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, cut it out. Like, just say what it is or what it's not and keep it moving. Stand in your shit and just stand in it. Head held high. Don't all this kind of woe is me and I is not. And it's given very much 12 years a slave. I wasn't here for it. I really wasn't. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I mean, past that, I hope they work out their differences, and if they are able to be friends and keep their YouTube friendship thing going, cool, more power to them. But do I think either way would be lucrative? No, I don't think so. Like I was listening to VS earlier, and she was kind of saying that she made Lady Nika would make more money with Bree than she would with Yaya, and it's like, no, I don't think so. I mean, if you talented, the people will come regardless. If that's your thing. Or if just getting money is your thing, you just fight and argue.
Yeah.
You'll get
But
money.
that always brings it.
That always brings money. Fight and argue. You got plenty of people to fight and argue with. Obviously, you got set up for the okie doke because, King Roman threw out some coffee bits, threw out some little tea biscuits, and people went back and told others, oh, this is the person that did this, which it was a lie, and they got busted because he know who he told what to, which also kind of was an aha moment for me. I felt like Oprah, like, yeah, I already knew it was you, bitch. I already knew it was you. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just think it's a waste. There's far better things you could be doing with yourself in your life, like taking care of your health, or maybe doing a channel vlogging about what you go through, so therefore you could be encouraging other people dealing in your situation, other things to think about. You're the one with the wisdom. Let's try using more whiz than dumb. That's all I can say about that.
Oh God.
Because right now it's just far more dumb than whiz. Okay, let's get some wisdom in there. What else?
That was a good one, though.
Yeah.
Wisdom.
Speaking of wisdom, right? Speaking of the wisdom, there was a back to school drive or what have you. Again, money grab. I personally, all these things when people start talking about, oh, they doing fundraisers, or I don't see the genuine thought in them, because we all know that it's, some for you, I'll take some because it's my channel, and you could get, it's kind of that one for me, two for them, one for me, two for them, two for me, one for them. If you really want to do something, you just do something genuinely out the kindness of your heart, right? You don't look for nothing, regardless of what
shouldn't have a catch to it.
Exactly. And also, just food for thought, your local cities do back to school drives for school supplies and all those other things, right? Not to mention that, granted, yes, times are hard for a lot of people, but didn't you know these motherfuckers was going back to school months ago, when y'all was getting crab legs and going to the Splish Splash and Cuckoo's Barbecue and shit? You knew them motherfuckers had to go back then. So I mean, like, it's called setting priorities and things in order. So therefore you're gearing up for when the kids got to go back to school. This is just like, y'all just do it because some people are just going to give you, and then you'll decide how much you'll give, the person. It's a huge one. It's just like how Jay Wilson used to do those
prayer clause.
No, not them shit.
That's always on my mind.
The Cash App parties. No, the Cash App parties. Yeah. So it's like
a rent party.
Yeah, you get some, and then it trickles down, but it really goes from
the person
top.
never gets very seldom does the person get 100%.
Right. Exactly.
Of the proceeds that they had for the
no.
The prayer
it's a trickle down effect, and you get the trickles. Okay, you get the piss drops. So no, no. Like I said, it's called planning. You the motherfuckers with the kids. Nobody else had them kids but you. You cocked them dusty bunny legs open, and you did what you did. Now the responsibility is on you. You talk all that shit when you on here about.
Why did you make it sound you did what you did sound like a crime?
Because it was.
You did the crime.
It is a crime.
You guilty?
It is a crime. It's a crime because if you can't handle it when it is time for you to handle it, then I don't know what to tell you.
No, that was the problem. They did handle it when they did handle it. They just don't like the results.
It's just too bad. Like Judge Judy said, it's too bad. I didn't grow up like that. I didn't. I don't even have sympathy for that. Like, my mom did not play, like, no. Like, no. As a kid, I never knew any of, like, without anything like that. Like, first of all, we went to school, we had uniforms. Although, thank God for having an older brother, because, it was like we didn't have sneakers. No, we couldn't. If it was up to my mother, she'd probably go to Tom McCann, if anybody remembers that, Buster Brown or something. My mother was like, no, Ma, no, you're not doing that. We got to go here and get these, and then that's the only thing that saved us. Because Lord knows we would have been
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you'd be the clown all the way
yeah,
home
right, all the way
every
to the
day.
So I'm very thankful until of course I developed my own style. I'm very thankful of my older brother in that regard because he was
Yeah, but he didn't
a
want you to be traumatized. He does. Those little motherfuckers school are
exactly.
horrible. They monsters,
Well,
man. I don't know.
because he knows how how mom is. She's very just like she's not materialistic. When he wanted stuff
Yeah,
because
and
he's
she would.
older, he
Yeah,
would
that's
go to
right. You
his
got one.
grandparents.
You got one pair of good shoes
Yeah,
where your mother would have got you 5 pair of shoes.
exactly.
They
He
weren't
was
anything that you even heard of,
right. It's like
but you'd have been clown forever and
ever,
ever.
ever. So I am very thankful to him, his grandparents for getting him whatever he wanted, because then it kind of helped him usher my mom into getting us certain stuff because she wasn't doing all that. She was like, I ain't doing that. But I say all that to say at the end of the day, it is your responsibility. They your motherfuckers. They not the group's motherfuckers. They not the beef set motherfuckers. They are your motherfuckers. So being that they're your motherfuckers, it's your motherfucking responsibility to take care of them, right? To feed them, clothe them, make sure they have the adequate equipment to tackle their fiscal year at school, right? That's on you. Now, granted, I don't, we as the subscribers and viewers, we don't have to give, right? We don't have to give. But you don't have to bring your dusty ass on here asking for us to give either, especially when you be up all night eating crab legs and other bullshit and cussing people out. Cause them a
And
young
don't
motherfucker.
think people don't watch and that people don't remember.
Them young motherfuckers. Take your motherfuckers to wherever you take them and give them some fucking clothes. Buy them some school supplies. You can go to the 99-cent store and get them nasty ass, stinky ass pencils. Have your whole hand and book bag smelling like some bullshit. I don't know. But it's not our responsibility, right? It's really not. And especially, definitely not my responsibility when I do hear y'all talk about how much of a grand life y'all live, but yet y'all always asking here begging that you got these good jobs, but you're begging. You driving Teslas, but you're begging. It might be a Tesla, not la, but whatever. Good luck with that. It just don't make no sense. There's Five Below, right? There's Five Below. There's the 99-cent store. There's other places you could go to get your children, your motherfuckers, right? What they need for the school year. You done had months to plan this. However, this is like, what's that story of the grasshopper and the ant, where the grasshopper was just playing the fiddle the whole time while the ants was
He just
collecting.
partying. He just partying the
Just
whole.
partying the whole time, just partying. These motherfuckers up here 24 hours having whole night sessions on YouTube. Ain't worried about a motherfucking kid. First of all, have you even heard a kid? Signs of life. I'm just saying, ain't heard a motherfucker. I ain't heard nothing. So I don't even know what you asking for. What you asking for? Because I don't know. I need to see a kid other than the little girl that took your phone that time and was showing her face because she possibly looked like you. But I need to see a kid. If you want me to give some money, bitch, put the kids up there. We're going to make this like a Jerry Lewis telethon. Bitch, I need to see I need to see something.
Oh, you going to hell. You going to hell.
I can do that. I got a car. So I need to see a sign of life.
Oh yeah, you are safe, right?
Yeah, I'm safe. I need to see a sign of life before I give money to people that are body able to get your ass up at work and do it yourself. I'm just saying. The begging is gotten out of control. It really has. And you cover it up with these competitions and these drives and all that. That is a cover up. At the end of the day, it is a scam because as well as everybody else, The money is coming through you. So you get to pick off some for me, some for you, some for me, some for you. And that pot goes from $1,000 to $700 to $500 to $250 to and then we never know what the full total of the amount collected was to begin with. So please just
and then the next year it comes out. Well, what did you do with that money? I only got on Mad Day when Mad Day comes.
Right. On Mad Day, I only got so and so, but I know last time the person said that they collected, it was at $700.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, get your own shit like everybody else. And it's okay. Again, we all go through, a little valley moment every now and then, but you clearly can't be in a valley every fucking time it's time to do something. Every time there's a storm, oh, I got hit with the storm. Storm ain't even come through your fucking neighborhood. Soon as they say a storm hitting Florida, the Carolinas or some shit, there they go. Oh, I'm in the eye of the storm. Oh, help me. Somebody help me. I need a generator. My power's out. Bitch, move. What you want me to tell you? Move. I don't know what. But then we'll come up here with the most swap meet, Gucci, Fucci, and all this shit on. There, what the fuck is you doing? Or your hair, when you do come on and show your face, if your hair is laid and fried to the side or whatever, then all right, cool. But who paid for that? Then y'all wondering why Google's like, man, give me some of this goddamn money, because y'all doing too much. You're doing too damn much. Anyway, that's enough. I'm done with that. I just had to let that out.
You still going to hell now.
That's okay. I am a card carrying member. I could do that. So anyway, let's see. King Roman just ended his 7 days of hell, which wasn't 7 days, but he was supposed to be going after the Miss O, and then it just imploded into a whole bunch of other stuff, which was quite interesting, because of course Nina, aka Nigga Nina, had stuff to say about Miss Cruiser and others. So Miss Cruiser was like, bitch, don't fucking play me. So she played video, not a video, but a phone little recording. You know how Instagram does, where you could speak a little voice recording of conversation between herself and I guess the Miss O, right? Where she was basically trashing people, the people that the them, they, and those, and them, and they, because she don't ever say who it is. Everybody's a them, they, those, and whomever. So basically she was putting names on it in this thing. But I just wish that if you was just gonna play it, you should play everything. Like play what you said back, what the person said, then what you play. So that way everything's out in the open and it's not just kind of one-sided. It just made it look a little bit like, it's just her. I mean, granted, we already kind of figured that, she was talking shit because she figured it wasn't going to get out. She just seems like the type to get comfortable and be like, oh, I'm safe here. I can't stand them motherfuckers. I can't stand them bald-headed bitches. And then it's like, oh, I said that. Let me go disappear till it died down and everybody forget I said that. No, bitch, we remember. We still remember. But, I mean, hey, I don't know. But, yeah, so that was that. And, yeah, other than that, that's all. That's all I kind of gathered from everything. Next trip is coming up. Yay, hey, for Vegas. Vegas Gate 2.0. Let's wait and see how that turns out. Now, I don't know how true it is. I did read something and I was just like, and this person is a dick connoisseur. He should change his name. I don't know if it's true or not. So somebody please correct me if it's not true. But allegedly, Shakim, you know, the hobo, the hobo. I don't even know how to even put this. Like, I don't even want to say hobosexual, but the hobomexual. I don't know. Like, he's like a mixture of things. Did he show ODS his meat fellow? I don't know. I mean, I read that somewhere. So I was just, allegedly. Yeah, I just ODS, you need to change your name because you obviously are a dick magnet. So you just need to change your name to
To what, dick magnet?
Yeah, dick magnet. I mean, yeah. Official dick official dick spot. Dick spotter. That's cool. Official dick spotter. That's it right there. That is it right there. Official dick spotter. Just bam. You see it? You see it? Because you can spot it from a mile away. And it don't matter what it look like or what it smell like. Just way too much. Way too much. But yeah, you should change your name. So allegedly, that's what I read. So if it's not true, then it's not true. But I don't know. I'm just saying. You might want to change your name. There's a good profession in that. You might have fell into something. Yet again, you might have fell into something. But they're all poor honest Roe. Like I would hope I would hope not, because honest Roe would be so hurt. He would really be hurt. Because that man really had a liking to you. And I hope you didn't do that. But I can imagine it was probably tempting. Probably worked that same magic he did on Rico, and it was all said and done. Bloop, it was over. Yeah, that's a talent. That's a talent. That's a gifted talent. All right. Well, yeah. So that was that on that. So again, if it's not true, then we'll discuss that later at a later date. But I don't know. So from the y'all made me forget. Hold on, what was that? I forgot to check my thing. Y'all made me just go and forget. What? I'm messing up. I'm looking for my community wall thing. So I posted a question on the community wall asking you guys to, once I get it, it's all over the place, but I don't see my wall. Where are you? Nope, not here, because this is the daggone thingamabob. Oh gosh, I hate when it does this. But anyway, the question was, what do you think Biden should do in his last hurrah? What do you think he should do as far as moving forward, since he only has a couple months? We're in the home stretch. We are in the home stretch of his tenure. And what do you think he should do? So let's read some of the questions. CB Honey said he needs to stack the court with black federal judges, pardon anyone who has went to prison for stupid shit, right? Like the lady who used someone's address so her kids could go to a better school.
Yeah.
I do that.
She got 5 years for that.
Right. Yeah, she did. She sure
That's
did.
crazy.
And didn't the Supreme Court say that the president has totally immunity from prosecution? They did. The possibilities, and forgive the student loan debt and parent plus loans too. But yeah, but you know that they gonna renege on that shit because it's him. But they'll be, they're like, no, it wasn't for you. It was for Trump. Watch. But I would do it.
Yeah,
I would test.
they
I would
change
test.
up. I sure would.
I mean,
Might
you
as
80
well.
something years old now. What you
What do you have to lose? What
Nothing.
do you have to lose?
I tested. I put balls to the wall, wrinkly and all. Just do it. Brother Nate, you said I would pardon a prisoner a week until the end of my term. That works. Agenda Goddess, you said forgive student loans, even though I'm sure that's not gonna happen. Maybe. Yeah,
Well, he's
maybe.
done some.
Yeah, he has done some. They have done quite a bit.
Some. And I think that's the problem too. They did not. They didn't play it up.
Yeah, they're not saying anything. They're keeping it like hush hush. But
I would have a fucking commercial. It would be just like Jerry Lewis.
It would.
I'd march those kids out there, and it would have paid little thing. What does that say? It says paid on the bottom. He paid my bill. I sure would. Every time.
It would be a whole nother number. It'd be like clink.
Up on the board, and I would have that tally board.
Yeah, I would have the tally board every time. And like in New York, in the city, they used to have. It probably still does. On one of the buildings, it used to have the national debt, and then how much every individual.
Oh yeah, and how much? Yeah.
I would do something like that to be like, this is how much we've already paid in student loans, and bloop, another one today, and bloop, another one today, and just keep going. Keep going. You had another one up here, and I would have done this earlier, but I forgot. Sorry, guys. You said pardon as many falsely accused prisoners as possible, and then use the presidential powers to till its full extent. Yeah, I mean, I would even pardon my son. Fuck that shit.
You know that's coming. You know Hunter's coming. I'd do that shit, and if he don't, I would slap him in the back of his head.
If he don't, he deserves to be slapped. At this point, if the Supreme Court has given you full immunity, why not test the limit?
That's right. Let's test this shit.
Test the shit. Bitch, you, like I said, you 80-something years old, motherfucker, you about to leave here anyway. Go out with a bang, literally and figuratively.
I'd make all those motherfuckers mad with me.
Yeah.
They'd be mad forever.
I'd make every single one of them. I'd make them real mad and be like, reparations. Bloop. And what else?
Bloop.
What else you want? Got it. 40 acres and a mule. You want that too? Bloop.
That, and I would tangle up things. Certain things they could always reverse if they got in office, but I would entangle it with so much shit that they would have to really work to dismantle it.
Oh, nice.
What else has got there? Yeah, that's great. See, like I said, you would never know because it's not as though they average. I mean, it's fine to be modest about certain things, but shit, if you got a nice ass, shit, I got a nice ass. That type of thing. You're going to show it. You need to, don't just don't let the people in the neighborhood know.
Right. Yeah, I mean, share the wealth.
Hell yeah.
Yes. Well, I mean, you got official dick spotter. He's doing it.
You know what?
He's making sure he sees it all for everybody. He sees it all. But it is important that that is how that is how.
That's why I was laughing so hard. That's the only thing I can think of. Flapjack.
Big old flapjacks.
Yeah.
What are you doing with that?
Okay.
What are you doing with that? Just an image of blue ran across my. Just the image of blue ran across my face. So, it is important that we share those things because a lot of times, again, that's where misinformation is allowed to kind of seep in because there are real people with actually real testimonies of things that have helped that this administration has done that we could share, with one another to kind of move stuff along because, You can't leave it up to them.
That would allow Trump to say anything he wants to, and then you don't
Like he
don't
has.
give a rebuttal.
Like he
Uh-huh.
has.
So
Because he's done more for the African American than since Abraham Lincoln. The fuck? So this slavery is where.
now what is it? What is it with him in crowd size? People don't like him. He just needs to face the fact, and he always has to compare. Always comparing crowd sizes.
Because you know what that's a symbol of.
Oh, dick size.
Yeah.
But Stormy Daniels told us it was a peewee.
Right. I mean,
How sexy is that? You have a porn star and she has to pull your pamper down. Ain't that some shit?
I mean, that's why he acts the way he acts. That's just why, because he knows he's not packing. What did In Vogue say back in the day? You're laughing, baby, you're losing. I'm out the door.
He had on his sexy Depends, the black ones.
Well, no, back then they didn't have black. They only had white.
But they had like flowers or something on them or something.
He had his specially made for the Depends company.
He probably had them specially made with gold trim or some shit. With a big T on the cheek.
I'm Big Trump. Trump. Just crazy.
Yeah. That was just I bet that was nasty as shit.
Nasty.
Had to be.
Nasty. Like all this because you wanted to be on his show? Really? That's crazy. Just a big old nasty pissy diaper. Because I know he done pissed in it, shit in it. And let's talk. Speaking of pissing and shitting, them babies that was on them Epstein files that no one's talking about. Them little girls, little kids.
Oh, yeah, they stopped. That's because of when he got shot at.
Right,
supposedly.
That's why he did it.
Yeah, because it did. It totally buried all of that because it totally disappeared.
Everything. They on purpose. You know exactly what he's doing. Didn't somebody ask him? The reporter asked him when he did that stupid ass conference, trying to overshadow Kamala Harris's event and his went in his summer White House. They asked him about his ear. I'm a super healer. I hear real fast. What? And nobody.
And again, innocent people were killed.
No. Well, one innocent person was killed.
No, I think the shooter, they manipulated him.
Yeah, they did manipulate him. And they probably just told, we'll just lock you up, but he'll pardon you.
And I'll pardon you. Yeah, I'm almost positive he told him that.
Yeah, of course. But if you
I'll pardon you. Now the guy behind it, he just took one for the guy behind him just took one for a team, for the team.
But yeah, no, ain't no way.
But then I ain't got no street cred.
And that's a whole nother thing. So, you think you have street, like of course he's been saying, he said it again, that the African American likes me because I court cases, been to jail. Well, they got him on court cases, trying to get him to go to jail. He's got street cred. He's got shot at. He's got street cred.
And I'm out here fucking these hoes.
Sounds like a Snoop Dogg video to me. Sounds like a Snoop Dogg video.
And that's why you have these young dummies out here idolizing this fool.
Yeah. Speaking of Snoop Dogg,
it's all fun.
You said it's all what?
It's all fun and games till you get burnt.
Yeah, that's it. Something you can't shake.
It's just dripping and dripping.
It drips like that naturally. I'm a dripper.
Oh man, that is ignorant. I'm a dripper.
I'm a dripper. Don't worry, it always smells. It always smells like that. It's called natural musk. No, it's called
rich.
It's called rich infection. Speaking of rich infections, The Olympics in 4 years will be back stateside, back in Los Angeles. I don't know how I feel about that. It'd be a whole bunch of concerts.
Yeah.
It'd be running track. It'd be a concert in the middle. In the middle of the track would be a whole concert. That's all it's gonna be. A whole bunch of concerts everywhere. What did you say?
I'm just thinking about those poor people that went that what was it, a triathlon? No, what was that? Where they swam in that dirty ass river with all that shit.
It might have been the
What
triathlon one. Isn't that the one where they do like a whole bunch of stuff?
Yeah. I think it's and they swam in that dirt. You know that they were protesting and they were shitting in the river.
Oh.
In that river. You had enough nets to scoop all that shit out of there. I was shocked because when I saw it and they were lining up for the race and they were getting, I was like, well, where are they swimming at? I thought it might have been like inland somewhere. But it was oh my God, it was nasty.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he had to rent that plane, my 2 cents, because he owed bills. As a matter of fact, that too. He owes bills in the sum of a couple $100,000 from these different states that he's done these campaign rallies at. He hasn't paid them at all.
That's why they're all out in cornfields.
Right. So the one place told him, no, he can't land here till he paid that goddamn bill. So what he did was land the plane another place where he could land, and then they, hiked it on Epstein's old plane. He probably like, I love the smell of this plane. Smells like young girls.
What's this I hear about Epstein's
and R. Kelly?
Is it Carnival? Is it is it Carnival Cruise or one of those
that owns the island? Probably do. I'm not surprised. I would be surprised.
That's just nasty. That's nasty.
It's really nasty if they actually have an island where they have like families with kids. That's really nasty. Like, really
take the kids on down to the dungeon room.
Right.
Even smells authentic here.
To the Barney Playhouse. Going down to the Barney's Playhouse. I bet you won't be singing I love you, you love me. It's right around the corner from Sesame Street. Look like Skid Row.
Can you tell me how to get there?
Right. Because once you get there, you won't go back. You won't go back. Just crazy. But yeah, when you have money, like I was just, while I was working, I was watching the Bernie Madoff movie where the guy who did the Ponzi scheme that got all the other rich white people out their money.
Yeah, the Bernie Madoff.
Yeah, he really was just like, hey, give me your money. I can flip this investment. And hey, give me your money and I can flip this investment. And he was just taking their money and just, all right, oh, you got a return. Here's that. Whoop, whoop, that. Get some more investments. Oh, you got a return. And just flipping it. Just not putting a dime nowhere. And nobody knew nothing, which I don't necessarily think that's true. I think them sons was lying, but they wind up both dying. That's crazy. Well, I mean, they all
they're not going to tell anybody's daddy's secret.
Well, the oldest son hung himself, but the youngest son, he wound up dying of cancer. Yeah, but it was just really, really, really crazy how. But again, that's that privilege for you that they don't even question it. As long as you look the part, you're able to look the part and walk in the circles. They don't ask no questions about where you get that from. Are you never
even second guessed it?
Not at all. Not at all. I mean, and giving millions, hundreds of millions of dollars, just him asking. But I just gave you 300 million. Yeah, but this will really, make your portfolio go up if you just give me another 200 million. All right, just willy-nilly, just sure, no questions asked. But yet we got all these questions for someone educated, certified enough to do a job, and is she black enough? I don't think she's black.
She ain't qualified.
She's not qualified. She's a dummy. He even called her a bitch.
Yep.
That's crazy. Like, when do we take a stand and like, no, sir, you're going too far? Ain't nobody calling that nasty white bitch. He with a bitch. I mean, she is one, but ain't nobody, First lady to be in porno, spread eagle. What a talent. You got all these first ladies with degrees or some kind of, high seducing, high
Melania. Melania.
Got Melania like boom, spread eagle, just like talking about some. Oh, he's talking about Harris because her picture, the Times, was it the Times or one of the magazines? I think it was magazine. Why can't it come to me? Was it Life? One of them damn magazines did her.
She was showing her life. That's the problem.
Right. They're doing her portrait, and he's talking about.
I'm sure it was, and it was like that, right?
She's all right, but she's not better looking than Melania. What? That woman has done nothing. She's not even from here. Like, what are we talking about? You need to deport her ass when you deport everybody else. Why didn't you deport her ass? It's just crazy, ridiculous. Time. Thank you. I knew it was something. It was Time magazine. Yeah, so her portrait's in the Time magazine, and he was like, oh, well, she looks okay, but Melania looks better. No, not at all. Not at all. And that's a whole nother thing. Like, they slut shame Harris about all the, the people she's dated. So what? So what? Like, we're not talking about nobody he's dated. Nobody he's aped.
He shouldn't be able to say anything, rapist.
But he really shouldn't. I don't know them. That's his first go-to. He don't know them. You see all these pictures, he talking to him. Really? You look like you having an interesting conversation pointing at girls and shit to somebody you don't know. Or was it so long ago you were so hooted, booted, and suited that you don't even remember? An old ass dementia patient. What did you say? The thing is supposed to tell. Wow. Right. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think it'd be interesting. Michelle would probably I think Michelle would go a little ballistic, but it'd be interesting. It really would. What else? But that's all I got. Oh, I finally saw House of the Dragon. But nothing really happened. I mean, they was gearing up for war, but nothing happened.
Yeah, it was lackluster.
Yeah, I was like, I'm watching it thinking, okay, they told me to watch it. I'll watch it. What? I said, wait till I see Just Lovely. Wait till I see her. Had me all like, oh, it was a good one. It was probably good the way she was acting. I was like, I could have watched
learn that lesson.
episode again.
Which
The one before that one, yeah, that was more interesting than the last one.
No, the only thing that was exciting was when one of the one that got burnt to a crisp. When he was talking about when he kept talking about, you did hear about what happened to the royal sausage. It burst like a sausage, and that's I laughed. I was like, yeah, it probably did. Had that that dragon fire on your ass.
Right. Don't worry about it. You don't need it. I don't like you was using it anyway. Oh, y'all deformed. Your brother walking around here with one eye, you walking around here with one ball.
Just nasty. I was just happy to see. That was like the most screen time that any of the black actors had.
Right, yeah, that is true.
That was the one that I was like, boy, okay, they pulling out they trying to cement that. All right.
Yes. They're making their DUI hires get their money. Yeah, that's right.
That's right. Put on them wigs.
That's right.
Because the one that's the father, the captain of the Sea Snake, well, he changed the name to the ship anyway.
Yeah.
And saw him without any of his makeup. He's bald, shaven, and he's British. You know they're all British.
Of course, they're all British.
But you would never think that he could walk down the street. You would never recognize him.
Really?
Oh, yeah, wow. You wouldn't be able to recognize him because he's like I said, he's totally bald. He has no beard, no nothing, clean shaven and everything.
Well, that's a good job for a makeup artist. Look at that.
They did get the wig a lot better this year too, though. The color was just too bright. It was stark. It was stark white.
Yeah, it didn't look like it matched. Like that didn't come from his head, even if he happened to be of Targaryen blood. That did not come from his head.
They were all literally motherfuckers, because they would just. That's nasty.
Very Vikingish, just doing any and everything. Disgusting.
Everyone.
That too. Let's see.
Have you been following the TGIF stuff that was going on with that show?
I didn't really follow it. I was playing catch up because when Armand first did the roast thing, he was telling everybody, because I follow him, so he was like, "Oh, come over there. It's Al's birthday, blah, blah, blah." And I just happened to miss it. But then everybody started talking about it. But
it was rough.
I had never seen it.
The roast was rough. And to me it seemed odd because he hadn't been on the show that long. To foster that type of relationship. Yeah. That's the thing that got me. It's like, well, is this something that they're telling him to do? Because a lot of that stuff is like he hadn't been around that long. So
some of the stuff is just stuff that he knew, just like his marriage with Star and
that kind of stuff. Yeah, because anybody is privy to that information. But the things that were going on behind when he was talking, I was like, oh,
right. I was like,
who told him that one?
I said one of them meetings sound like one of the gentleman panels meetings.
That's what the fuck I thought about. I was like, what is it about YouTube? And let's think about this. What is it about YouTube and these you have fantastic first shows that are adults,
because people get greedy. They get greedy and lose the sight of, and I'll just talk about my own experience. They lose the sight of the potential of what it could really do, and just think about their own pockets or how it's going to make them look or benefit them. And it's like, but it's larger than you. But when you're dealing with small-minded people, you're always gonna get that. Like in this situation with him, he's mad at homegirl micromanaging him, who is the producer. But then you turn right around when Armand gets in there and you telling her so she could then micromanage him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and the whole time you were planning to do your own show. You could have still done that without canning this show.
In which he was actually doing. He was just getting into the whole YouTube environment because he was a total novice to everything that was going on.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you haven't been in there that long to really think you was just going to catapult from that to having big numbers in your own chat. No, it's a process. It don't just happen like that. People warm up
definitely.
To you. People are watching. They're not just watching you. They're watching Claudio. They're watching Armando. They're watching Funky Dineva. They're just getting to know you. So you got to kind of sprinkle that in. You can't just think, oh, because you're Al Reynolds to whoever gives a fuck about Al Reynolds outside of
and then to a lot of people, you are just the man that married Star Jones.
That's it. You are the
because if you're old enough to remember her on The View.
Yeah.
Repeat what you said because you were freezing.
Oh, I said you are the Fagato that married Star Jones in the words.
And the only reason why people have an interest is because of the whole thing that she did when she was on The View.
Right.
Because she had gotten all these sponsors to cover her wedding. Yep. And then all of a sudden, it's like all this real black love. Yeah. Oh yes, I'm pulling the hairs out of his face, and then all the white women like, why are you plucking hairs out of his face?
Right.
Because sometimes you want to. Well, I'm gonna let you know this secret about black men's that you sometimes they get ingrown hairs. You know, you just had that type of thing.
All the girls he had on that groom's list. You like, where all these girls going to?
No, when I saw the togas, I was like, huh?
Where's all these girls?
You're having a toga party? You having a toga party?
Okay. For your bachelor party. All right.
Okay. Repeat what you said again. You broke up.
No, I'm just saying a toga party for a bachelor party. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it was togaing.
Yeah, they was tugging. That's what they was doing. They was tugging. Okay.
Circle jerk.
But
it was that was just crazy. Yeah. Then Amon had that breakdown. Yeah, y'all motherfuckers need to stop crying on this application. Stop it.
Because it's a lot of pressure though when you have.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Everybody coming at you.
Look at that. Look when they were tossing.
The one that caused the
yeah. But you know what? I wouldn't have cried on here, but I'd have cried. I'd have called you up crying. I'd have cried. Oh, bitch, I'd have cried my eyes out.
Yeah, because like I didn't.
When they were tossing that money, when they were tossing those numbers, how much they were making, I was like, for just sitting 5 hours a week.
Just an hour. Just like an hour. You like, are you serious? What is wrong?
I'd have cried by.
And it's like you can't.
I'm crying now. Wait a minute, I'm crying.
It's like you really think you that like, that's what it's like. It's the cockiness of it all. You really think you that good because you over there. I've watched your channel. You ain't doing no better than some of these people in the beef sector as far as your numbers. So you did all that for what?
It reaches a larger audience. But you have to remember too the type of stuff like the Queen's Court, the Gentleman's Panel, and TGIF. It is more adult oriented and LGBTQ alphabet people stuff.
Alphabet gang.
Gang. And which really don't have anybody that caters to them, to their needs and what they need, what they want to hear. So that's why it works.
Right. Yeah.
That's why it works. And because you can't do that on a regular network. Or
Gary he is the only one I think that has ushered that.
Yeah, but
in that is very it's very
it's watered down. That is watered down and stereotyped.
Yeah, it is
because a lot of that stuff is just too much. It's like
Don't nobody do that. Don't nobody care
Yeah.
what color you wearing or the color of the day. Who gives a damn? But yeah, but no, the conversations that these bring are needed, right? But again, there's always somebody in the group that can't see the bigger picture of either what they're created or what they're a part of. All they see is whatever it looks like to them in their little box. And then once you dismantle it, it's over and done with. Because even if you try, it will never be the same. So it's crazy.
Yeah, because that's like I told you about the gentleman's panel. I was like, that's why I said that's why it works. I said because you have people from different aspects all over the country, and they're actually sitting down having discussions that pertain to a lot of the people.
Yeah, but when people are looking at money as far as what they can bring, I don't want to do that because that's not going to bring me no money. But I mean, I get it now, knowing all the financial strains you're in. I understand completely now why you didn't want to do it. It's about you need to pay your mortgage and your car notes and your things and that nature. So you can't afford to not hit your mark every time. But that's
no, but then you just give it its proper place. It should have just been a part-time thing, just something supplemental, because you have 4 other entities that could pick up that everything could be divvied up.
Yeah, but you still banking on. But that's why, in the grand scheme of things, that's why I say that a lot of things that people talk about, like umpteenth degrees, it just don't add up, because you just don't. How you not making ends meet? How are they not meeting with all this extra phenomenal things you got going on, where every penny is counted? And again, it could just be a psychological thing. You probably grew up hella poor, so you Scrooge McDuck with your money. You counting every penny. You know where every penny drop. You know where it go. Because I don't ever want to be that way again. I vowed, Scarlett O'Hara? I vowed I would never live like that again. So, and that could have been your life. You could have had a really tough childhood, really poor thing, and you just vowed to never, ever, ever be that way again. So anything that you do, it's you counting, making sure every dollar is counted, and there's nothing slipping through the cracks. There's no time for, I just do this for fun. Nope. It all has a value that you can put a dollar on it. If it don't have a dollar value on it, good enough for you, you leave it.
Or you could be the opposite end, where you're going to burn the candle at both ends and up the middle. I'm going to get what I want because I could never get it before.
Yeah, that too. But I just, I think they work, but you just have to really be in the mindset of, first of all, like any business, you're not going to make a whole lot your first year or your first couple go arounds.
No,
so don't make
that's why you have don't quit your job.
Yeah, don't
believe me. Don't quit your job, because you're going to need something to fall. You're going to need the rock steady.
Right.
While you play with the other thing.
Yeah, like until it really starts to pick up. But it's like it you have to put in the work to do so. And these people they don't get it. They get a little bit of notoriety, and all of a sudden you big-headed. Like, that's fleeting. That is fleeting. You go to that thing right now. His court, people's court, something court, whatever. It's like maybe 100-something people, a little less in there. You went from thousands watching you all as a collective to that, because you're not getting the same amount of money at all, by far, sir.
Oh no.
I don't care if Fox Soul is even running it. you're nowhere getting the same amount of money you was getting from the other show at all. So it's like, what did you do it for? Stop living in delusion and live in reality.
Yeah. But I was just it's like, damn, all of the I mean, it's a decent show. It definitely has. They all have their place.
Right.
And they just burn, you know what, they burn real bright and burn out too soon.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because nobody knows how to really just stick it out and like weather the storms. Yeah, you're not always gonna agree. There's times where you're not going to.
How do you get pissy mad with somebody that you're not even in the same state with? I've yet to understand that.
I don't. Like, I get it while you're on. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to make it entertaining. So of course you're gonna have those moments where you're gonna go back and forth, and you may say something shady or whatever. But to still harbor that after the lights go off or you show's over.
Yeah.
It's like,
instead of patting each other on the back saying good show.
Good
that was
show.
fun.
See you next week. I got you next week though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
now I can understand Daniva's issue that I really don't think that he really addressed was the fact that the type of commentary that he does is kind of vicious. And they're kind of, when you're not used to having somebody hold the restraints and kind of, you know, saying, well, when he was talking about, say, like the young girl, Chloe, you know, that type of thing, he made some remark or something and there was some backlash. But on his own platform, he can say what he want to say. You can't say what you want to say. You still have those restraints.
Right. And I totally get that. But even with him, it's like, okay, but you already know that. You've done TV before. You've done some of the Housewives episodes. So you already know this. So for you to always keep talking about them, well, it actually just fell apart for $250. Bitch, you couldn't scrape up $250 to make it work? Because you, and again, just be truthfully honest about the shit. You didn't want to do it. You didn't want to do it.
You didn't want to do it, and you didn't want to be checked.
Yeah, well,
they hold the reins. You know, that's the whole thing.
It is what it is. Just be honest about it. Don't sit up and try to tell somebody, oh, it was just $250. Bitch, you shit $250 worth of cocaine out your butt, I'm sure. So what
hate to see them hemorrhoids.
Like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? $250 compared to the thousands of dollars you would have been making to actually negotiate a contract, or maybe, all right, cool, I'll take the $250 cut for right now. But listen, come next negotiating time, this is what I want. Bam, boom, bam. Like, if you wanted to make it work, right? Because this is the most. I mean, granted, yeah, you get numbers on your own platform alone, but this is bringing you more exposure. It just is. Yeah. It's on a whole network.
Exposure, sponsors,
right?
You know, and it's just a jump off point for whatever else you want to do.
Exactly. So,
you know, because I would have just, for me, fine, I would be restrained and play within the guidelines. But when I'm on my own platform, and I would always make it possible, I'm going to do what the fuck I want to do.
Right.
And I would always let them know what I do over here is for Fox Soul. But when I'm over here, this I'm in my house. I can do what this is my business. This is how I feel. Don't come over here and bring that shit over here. You save it. You come over to my house, and we gonna sit down and talk about it.
Right. I'd even be like, well, yeah, we're gonna table this discussion. Meet me over at my platform in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You know, and just work it like that. I mean, again, that's if you wanted it to work. I think people got, which people do. People get real big-headed and start just thinking, well, I'm the star. I'm the show. This is not lucrative for me. But it's not just you. Not just you. It is not just you. But one day somebody will get it, and they will have a successful group
I hope so, because damn if I don't get tired of getting invested in these shows
right.
that
And
are
then
decent shows, and then they're gone. And I'm like,
and then they
fuck,
always have a beef. And
because I
then you're
tell you
like,
that.
you don't watch all of the others fall apart. You don't like, all right, let's shield
Yeah, you
ourselves.
kind of learn. Yeah, you kind of learn something. You kind of see it, but I mean, because it's right there.
Yeah.
But it always seems to be, especially if it's a multi-person platform.
Yeah.
Um,
Different
there's
personality.
these just don't click.
No.
We can click for money.
Yeah.
What you say? Yep, sure is. You're like,
Less than
you can
nothing.
just
You're down.
all right, we can say we good. But it is. It's just it's like, God damn, these and that. It's like I said, you want adult content. I want
Right.
adult to be able to talk, to be open and talk about anything that needs to be discussed.
Right.
And this is still, even though it is heavily censored now, one of the rare few things that you can do without, I guess, setting up your own thing.
Right.
So
Mhm.
yeah. But
Very true.
that, and they try. I guess they tried to go after his Amon's immaturity
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
some things. But is it immaturity, or is it just his personality?
Right.
To me, I just think it's his
just his
personality.
personality. And then it's like,
hmm
what are you really considering when you say immature? What are we talking about? Because there's been moments when he's been immature, where I've looked at him and been like, did you really have to say that? Or did you really have to like, but again, it's just you. It's just how you are. It's your thing. So to me, the whole thing was just like trying to throw shade, like whole, I'm not being shady, but I'm being shady kind of. And it's just like, if you didn't like me or what I was doing, then why were you then telling me do this, do that, don't do this, don't talk to this one, don't mention this, don't do that. So of course, when I'm going into a situation, I'm already on guard because you done already told me what to look out for, what the pitfalls were.
So you're almost setting him up.
Yeah.
Because now, consciously, which he wouldn't have paid too much attention to until he saw it himself, these things he's looking for.
Yep.
The only thing that I would have said was, just watch your back. And I'd have just left it at that. Just watch your back. Sit back, be reserved. Don't come at it 100%. Just sit back and watch it play out.
Yep,
and you'll be able to make your own decisions. And that way you're not steering him in either direction.
I said they done set Amon up for the bullshit. That's what I said. Set him up for the bullshit. Yes, they did. They set you up. They set him up. But like I said, I think it has even brought more eyes, because anytime you do anything like that, it brings more eyes to your channel and what you do. So I think there's a benefit in it regardless. But again, I just wish people would stop getting so big-headed or so selfish, and just like, if you're going to get in it, but realize it's so much larger than you. So much larger than you. And it's an avenue for it. But like, everybody's kind of to be on the same page. And growth sometimes could look different, but it's needed. That's the only way that's the only way you elevate, you grow. Like, it's life. So it's like, everything's not going to stay the same. People are going to have different ideas, and you can go back and forth over the ideas, but money at first should not be your what are we counting? Because this little bit of coins that you counting now could have been $1,000 sponsors if you had just held on, right? But because you looking at pennies, but you can't.
But not only that, you're looking at right now instead of looking at 5 years.
Yeah, well,
Where can it take me?
you realize some
What,
people ain't got 5
you know,
years to look at because the mortgage companies is looking. Hello.
yeah, that's true.
So
That is true.
they ain't got time.
Yeah, so it's out of desperation. But even when it's out of desperation, do you learn how to tread water and how to keep calm and not panic and fuck up a good thing?
The smart person would, yes, but somebody who just keeps purely insane because you keep doing the same thing, hoping for a different result. No, you got screws loose, player. You got screws loose because you keep doing the same shit, same couple months. You start. Here's another foreclosure. Here's another. Man, what is you doing?
Right.
If you need to downsize, then do it. Who you living in there for? To show it to who? When it's just you in there. You and Lady Snoop. You and Lady Snoop. Who cares? Why are you in there? Downsize. You could get a condo. You could get a nice condo. You don't need that. You don't need that. I know why you got it. Yes, you grew up in a shoebox. Your brothers and sisters probably had to share one bed. You probably didn't have your own room till you moved out, till you went to college. The first one. I get it. But if you constantly in a space where this month I made it, next month, ooh, I don't know. Next month, I don't know. I don't know about this month. Come on. It is not even about making fun of. It's like reality. Like, nigga, you 50-something years old. Your bulb should have been. Hello. This bulb should have been on. Light, camera, something, action. But yet you quick to tell somebody whose bulb should, of course, be on, but you quick to go at them to be like, he's not doing this, he's not doing that. Well, what are you doing? Because this ain't it. And it's like you had ample opportunities to really do something great. And it's like money always got in the way of stuff that it was like, why are we concerned about that? If you really focused in on it, you could make that money that you're trying to make. Because it's possible. But no, you just looking at everything's right now. Like, you like this and shit. All that's using the numbers right in front of you and they ain't matching. And that the same numbers you was chasing, what the fuck happened? Chasing numbers, they fucking took your channel and you had to start all over. That's what I'm saying. The shit don't make sense. But then you sit and you like, how you got all those degrees and you couldn't put that together?
Oh, that having a degree doesn't mean anything. I know a lot of educated, stupid people.
Hello, you know what I'm saying? But this is what I'm saying. It's just like you throw that out there, but to say what? Because your actions scream stupidity. They don't scream nothing of somebody who is fiscally sound and stable at all. Everything is whim. There's nothing wrong with driving for Uber, nothing at all. But there is something wrong driving for Uber when you got 7 fucking degrees allegedly. There's a miscon. And I get it. You probably got to pay all them goddamn student loans and shit. But and a mortgage and a this and a that. But who's the choices, making better choices. You can't afford it, put it up. Go into something you can afford until you have that extra helpmate that, can drop some money on the mortgage too, and y'all living it. Be smart. You sitting up here trying to walk around like living like Liberace and it's just you. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares.
Liberace? Oh
Yeah.
my God, you dug.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
you
can just
dug for that
imagine.
one, didn't you?
I can just imagine he's walking through them halls with this big old robe just swinging
Cape on,
around,
just
cape, just
sliding, dusting the floor, just dusting the
dusting the
floor.
floor, kicking the dog around because she can't see, and she trying to walk around it, but she can't see because she's blinded by the cape. Just shit, just for what? For what? Why? To show
Liberace.
people
Oh
on
my
YouTube,
God.
look, y'all. Every
Right,
Christmas, I
people on
got a
YouTube.
Christmas tree so big that I gotta have people come in and put it up because it's the same tree. Don't shit change on the tree. Not a color, not a decoration. People be having different colors and shit schemes. And we're gonna do black this year, gold. We're gonna do that. It's same tree, same shit. Nothing changes. Nothing. This just up there. Is that's what we're doing? No.
Okay,
No.
it's past our it's past our 2 hours. You get deep as shit.
No. It's just stupid to me. But yeah, I
It
definitely feel like
is.
he
It-
that if people really did pay attention to the bigger picture, that a lot of these shows would actually be something good because it's something that it's natural. It's not scripted. It's
Right.
natural off the top of the person's thought of what it is, and you may have a kindred thought in the audience. I was thinking the same thing, and that's just how it grows and builds. But again, people get big headed and think that because I'm the person in charge or I'm the bigger name that no, I should be. I want to make. You will, but you gotta hold fast. You gotta hold fast. And if you got too many financial obligations already, then maybe you need to fix that. Because that's not gonna be it. That's not gonna be it. But that's it. That's all I got. I'm getting off my soapbox.
I know it's itching your brain, right?
It is.
I know. It is itching your brain.
Yep.
Oh, that was a good. You ought to call this portion the therapy sessions.
Yeah. I do have those occasionally. Because I just feel like the fuck. Like it was good. I mean, because I watched a few times. I even watched when joined, and I was like, I could already see the tension. And sometimes even with gay men, it's like they feel like they are the head gay person in charge. You're like nobody can't come.
Well, that was supposedly one of the complaints that they were making the show too gay.
How? You got 2 gay men and 1 woman in the middle. That's how it started. But that's what I'm saying. Like the argument falls flat. What you trying to say? You're not gay? Who don't think you're not gay, sir? Again, another one with identity crisis. Okay, I'm bisexual. Who by who?
Well, yeah, because he hemmed it hard a lot.
By who?
So
Hemmed it hard and girl, honey, chatting all that.
and then come to find out he a total freak. It was like, man, you normal. That's everybody. Everybody a total freak. Well, why are you hiding? Well, you're a Christian.
Oh, because
I tell you that religion. So a lot of times that religion will fuck you up.
That's what I'm saying, and it's like,
and you're not able to live your true and authentic self.
Trust me, Star.
If you want to do that with, yeah, that's like what's his name, Andrew Gillum.
There's another one.
Prime example. His wife knows what he is.
He was stupid. That was just plain old stupid, dumb retard.
Yeah, because once he got into that arena where he was running for governor of Florida, then you needed to put that shit on the back burner.
That's it.
You needed to put up your leather anklets because you know you ain't gonna be playing no time soon.
Right. Either that or you find somebody that is ironclad that knows, hey, what we doing is far more serious and we got to be discreet as a motherfucker. And I'm only messing with you and that's it. That's all. We ain't.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can't find that, you got to hold tight. Because again, what you're looking to do is far greater than you trying to get your little booty hole blown out. Yeah, I mean, it's just,
yeah, I mean, most people, I mean, you know, most men go out, get high, get drunk, or whatever. But you know, he wanted to get slammed.
I don't know none they go high, get high, and end up with their booty hole out, drugs on the floor.
Him. I guess he had to release that tension. I mean,
of losing.
But
Of losing.
Of what?
Losing.
Yeah, because he was probably depressed. That's probably why his wife said, "Go ahead with the boys."
Yeah. That's why I say poor lyric. Yeah, just being tossed around.
You know what? Stop.
Stop. What I didn't say that was like you said poor lyric. I said poor lyric.
They getting tossed around. We had to call Peter. We had to call Peter to go down there.
This needs to be a check. There needs to be a welfare check. Poor thing.
Yeah, but it was that whole thing.
Yeah,
I was just disappointed. I was like, damn, another show gone. It was nice.
Yeah,
why it lasted.
I was too. People even pushing back talk to kind of go that way, to kind of get them to kind of sever a little bit with what's going on with I guess T.S. Madison ain't had much to say about Miss Netta and Charles, but of course Craig, the writer, does. Which I mean, it's his right, it's his opinion. But people hold Maddie, of course, to more scrutiny regarding that. But at the end of the day,
well, that's because Joe Netta. That's because Joe Netta doesn't really identify. So they feel, you know, people just get sensitive about.
Joe Letta's delusional. That's Delulu. That's what I wanted to say. I was trying to.
No, let me tell you what I think about Joe Netta. I think Joe Netta is seizing the moment to cash in on the coin while you can. So you better go right on ahead before you had to go back to work at Walmart. You know, so you better get. You know, I'm serious. Get your money while you can.
Yeah.
And it's a nice little stream of income. You don't have to leave home.
Please don't.
And you could cook and you could cook a meal. It was dry looking, but you can cook a meal. No, I mean, you know, you can cook a meal. I mean, but people, you're gonna garner the attention, regardless. You're gonna garner the attention. But I think that's the whole thing. That and the fact that with the whole trans thing, it's like saying, you know, how can a trans person be against trans people? People identify as they do. Your definition of trans is different from my definition. They will never be the same.
Right.
They will never be the same. And people who have not been on this planet long enough to understand that people all have their own language and different definitions of what is what, no matter what it is to be black, what it is to be a woman, what it is to be a man.
Right.
And hopefully as you grow older, you will understand that if you make it, if your definitions are your definitions.
Right. And I can't
sit up here and tell you. Repeat what you said. You were breaking up.
I can't nobody tell you shit of how to be who you are.
Right. And who you are and how you think of it. You know, you can do it the scientific method or you can do it the biblical method. You know.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
So, like I said, your meaning is your meaning.
Right. That is true.
I'm like this. As long as you're not hurting anybody, you're
right.
not messing with children, and you're not messing. Yeah, you're not messing with you. He's not messing with you. Not fucking with children. Not fucking with puppies and kittens. I don't have anything to say about it.
No
You
cat
go on
dog.
ahead.
No cat
No
dog.
cat dog. You go on
No,
ahead. You have a good time. Nobody gets hurt. You live in your life and living it to the fullest of your extent. It's
Yeah.
your business. Do what the fuck you want to do. It's hard enough. We black, especially black people, people of color, indigenous people.
Right.
We are all in somebody else's world. And that's why I think too that we have such a problem because we're trying to live by their standards. And say when you don't even know how to identify you. Yeah, Joe Natta. You don't know how to identify. And then some people it's not even necessary. You're just a human existing.
Mm.
The whole masculine and feminine thing, it doesn't it's nothing. It's just who you are. You can pass going from male to female back and forth. If you're gonna
How,
go out there and drive that
how do you
drive
pass
go
from
ahead.
Bill Cosby to Bill Cosby with titties? How do you?
Well, you older Bill Cosby. Because the old Bill Cosby got titties now. He can play with his own stuff. He can roofie himself. Wow, this is even better than I thought. I ain't got to drug nobody. Humming, pudding pop. But anyway, yeah.
That's crazy, but yeah, okay, yeah. All right.
It is what it is.
That is crazy.
Life, ain't it a bitch sometimes, eh?
It is indeed. Any parting words as we get ready to roll up out of here? It has been 2 hours and 23 minutes.
2 hours and 30 minutes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you started going out the rail. I had to reel you back because you was getting ready to get deep in some shit. I can see it in your face.
It just burns my biscuit a little bit. Like, oh. People just don't know. You just don't know. Sometimes you got, and it don't have nothing to do with me being a part of it. Like that's not even it. It's just you have something good there. You nurture it. You just don't let it flop off by the wayside. That's because you don't see the gold in it. But when people try to show you that, instead of you just taking a minute to go, maybe there is something there, you just immediately dismiss it. Like, okay.
Yeah.
And that's why you on the struggle bus.
You always got to slip that last word in there, don't you?
I just have it. Struggle bus. But anyway, any parting words?
Keep your head on the swivel.
Yes. Moisturize.
Live your life, people. Moisturize.
Yeah, don't be like these dry motherfuckers out here. Dry.
And thirsty. Wash your legs.
And thirsty, yes. Wash.
Because you never know whose shoulders they might be on.
Yes. Wash your legs. You don't open up no dusty legs. Trying to get your children something for school. Reminds me of that scene from Forrest Gump, which she had sex with the principal so he could go to school.
Go to school.
Oh God, just crazy. But anyway, let's see. So the DNC is this week coming. So those of you who participate and watch that, do watch. Hopefully the platforms will be set, and you'll get some informative information regarding that. I had to sit through the RNC, so I'm gonna sit through the DNC. I don't know if I necessarily will record, like do it while we're here, but maybe depends on what I feel like. Because doing this and working, it ain't fun sometimes. It's like a double job. Like Tuesdays is a double job. Tuesdays is extra work. So yeah, I don't know. I'll think about it. But please make sure you watch. Again, do your research. I don't care who you vote for. All I care is that you vote. It is only 59 years old. Okay? Let's ensure that it is older than even we are. So let's do our part and participate. And other than that, that's all I got. everybody have a great evening. Be safe.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's all I have. And until next time, peace, soul, and hair grease. All right.
Take care, everybody.
Later.